Hi, it's Ian here. Welcome to 5-Minute Marketing Tips. In today's tip, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful emails that every consultant, coach or professional should have in their toolkit. I'll give you those emails after this break. Hi, welcome back. So 3 powerful emails to add to your toolkit. Now these emails can work whether you're a consultant, a coach, a trainer, any kind of professional really, and they work whether you're doing email marketing where people are signing up for your emails and getting those on a regular basis automatically, or whether you're just sending kind of one-off emails. Incidentally, of course, if you're not doing email marketing, you really should be. Probably the best way to start is with this wonderful book called Email Persuasion by Ian Brody, well worth getting. But even if you're not doing email marketing per se, you can still use these emails on a one-off basis. So the first powerful email is the big challenge email. This is an email you use when people have either just signed up for your list or when you just kind of met people, you're just starting to communicate and build a relationship with them. And quite simply, you email them and say, hey, quick question for you today. What's your biggest challenge with X, where X is the topic you help them with? In my case, it would be something like marketing and sales. You then go on and expand on it a bit just to give them some kind of credibility that you could answer their question. There's a reason for you asking. So in my case, I say something like, I've worked with literally hundreds of consultants and coaches over the years, and so I've probably, come across something similar to whatever you're facing. I should be able to send you some ideas and thoughts that might help you out. And then I kind of expand and ask the question again. So if you do that, what you'll get is not a huge number of people, but a decent number of people replying to that and telling you what their big challenge is. And the really nice thing about that is the people who are going to type an email out and tell you what their big challenge is right now with the topic you can help with is that A, they trust you enough to share that kind of issue or problem or challenge with you, and B, it's a big enough problem for them that they're willing to go to all the effort of typing it out and sending the details to you. Now, people who trust you and have a big problem they care about are exactly the sort of people who you want to be talking about that problem to because you could help them. So you get back to them with some ideas, some thoughts on email, and if it looks as if you could help them with your services, you maybe offer to get on the phone to them and speak to them about, give them some further tips, and then that can lead to discussing how you could be working together. So that works really well. Now, if you've got a big email list and you're getting hundreds of new subscribers every week, you might want to send people to a survey form on something like SurveyMonkey they can fill in, and you can gather the details that way. But actually, I find it's best when you're not in that situation and you're just getting maybe a few email subscribers every day, or you're doing it one-to-one, to do it personally and just get an email from them, and then you can reply personally. It just forms that human connection a bit better. Second email to send is the Are You OK email. So this is an email to send to people after you haven't heard from them for quite a while. Now, in the email marketing sense, this is often known as a re-engagement email. If people haven't opened or clicked any of your emails, you want to get your system to send them out an email to try and get them opening up again. Now, what a lot of people recommend is you send them an email kind of saying, you haven't opened or clicked any of my emails for ages. If it sounds like you're not interested, I'm going to remove you from my list and not send you any more emails unless you click this link. For me, it's better to send an email as I'm about to describe. Now, there's a good reason for getting people off your list if they're not opening and clicking. It's that these days, email systems like Gmail and Hotmail and all those, and a lot of the big corporate email systems as well, are looking at system-wide engagement rates. If you've got lots of people who aren't opening and clicking your emails, they kind of mark you down, and they're much more likely to push your emails into the spam folder or the promotions tab or somewhere else where the people who do want to get your emails might not see them. So you don't want people not opening and clicking your emails. But for me, an email that just out of the blue says, hey, I'm going to take you off my list is a bit harsh. What works better for me is to email them just after a month and say, are you okay? You haven't opened or clicked, or my system says you haven't opened or clicked any of my emails for quite a while now. Of course, it could be wrong. It's not 100% accurate. But just wondering whether maybe you weren't so interested anymore, or maybe my emails weren't hitting the spot. If so, drop me an email and tell me what you'd like me to write about, and I could change there. Or if you really aren't interested anymore, you can click the unsubscribe button below. So it's a much gentler email, and it actually gets you useful feedback. I get lots of people emailing me back saying, oh no, I'm just, I'm reading it in the preview pane, you just can't tell I'm opening it, or, I've got really busy recently, so sorry, but I will be reading them again, I'm filing them away. Or some people do suggest other topics. So rather than kind of threatening them to kind of remove them from your list, just gently say, you're okay. And showing that amount of human concern helps to build a relationship with them. They're much more likely to open your emails in the future, especially if they've suggested some topics and you then cover them. Now, another month after that, if they still haven't opened any emails and they don't reply to you, you then might want to send them the, I'm going to take you off, or reduce the frequency is what I do. Instead of sending 2 or 3 emails a week, I just move to 1 a week. Now, the final email, the third email that can really be very powerful is the 21-word email that can get you more clients. Now, I know many of you have this from me already. If you haven't, you can go and click on the button below to sign up and get the template for the email and a guidebook to how to use it. But basically, the 21-word email is a way of re-engaging with people you were talking to about working together, but it just didn't come off. Now, very often we assume that's because they hated us, or they completely changed their mind, or they went with someone else. But often there are a lot of reasons why they might not have gone with you originally, like maybe the budget went away, something else came up, etc., etc. But they might well be interested in working with you now. So if you get back in contact with them, that can lead to a fruitful discussion, but you want to do it by adding value. So the 21-word email shows you a way of adding value in the email rather than just going, oh, would you like to talk to me again, which tends not to be very effective. So if you haven't got the 21-word email, do get it. As I say, it's probably the best thing I've ever put out for free. I've had dozens of people email me saying, hey, it worked. I got a sales meeting set up within a couple of days. I've landed a big contract as a result, etc., etc. So if you haven't used it, well worth getting into that. That's the sort of email that's probably more suitable for one-to-one emailing rather than email marketing. Works beautifully though. That's it for this week. See you next week with another 5-minute marketing tip. Cheers.